Yo, what's up, guys? It's LOZA. We're going to look at the Dark Magician Red Eyes Dogmatica deck that I took to Sydney YCS. Did pretty good. It's got a small DM engine, small Red Eyes engine, small Nadir engine, and a bunch of hand traps. I'll talk briefly about it because all my profiles tend to drag out, so I'll try and make it nice and quick and just go over the important stuff. So, DM engine, we've got the double Dark Magician. Because the card, well, it's a vanilla, it doesn't do anything. Then we've got the double Illusion of Chaos. This card you actually want to see, so you should probably be wondering why it's not a 3, but you know what? Don't think about it too much. We have to play this at a high ratio because of ref. Magician Souls, also at 2. Definitely one of the better Dark Magician cards, but there's not really room for more than that, unfortunately. And the one Magician's Rod, giving us a normal summon to search off Illusion of Chaos if we don't see Red Eyes Fusion, because Red Eyes Fusion is our normal summon in this deck. Circle at 1 because it's not great, and Soul Servant at 2 because we're only playing Dark Magician and no other of the bricks, and you don't really want to combo with too many other cards, really. Eternal Soul because, you know, they're fine at 1 with Circle. Good thing to note is Soul Servant can be used with Magician Soul or with Ref to go and get yourself one of these. Or if you are not using Ref, you can obviously go get Magician Souls or Rod or Illusion of Chaos if you don't have that too. So I thought that was pretty cool. We're going to tie it into our Red Eyes engine here because it does kind of correlate because you have to play the 2 Red Eyes to go with the 2 Dark Magician, and that allows you to pretty much do the rest of the cards right here. So we are going to move away the rest of the Dark Magician cards, but we will leave the beautiful Dark Magician because, you know, it makes sense. The Red Eyes Monster Engine just has the Meteor Dragon, who's way better than Wyvern in my opinion, if you're playing multiple bricks, and the double Red Eyes. And the reason being is it lets you resolve more than one Red Eyes fusion, which is kind of insane. So typically your turn 1 with Insight is to put the Meteor in the grave, get yourself Ref, activate Ref, put one of each of these in the bin, and then any turn after that you can banish the Wyvern from your grave and add another copy of Ref from deck or grave to hand. So it's pretty sensational. And then you try to activate a second one because your opponent normally never expects it. And they're always like, they won't play the bricks again. Like, they won't have another copy of the bricks. It's really good. Now, some people might mention this is very bricky, these 4 vanillas. I'd like to point out one, we're playing Dark Magician. These bricks are bricky, but they allow you to play some of the most powerful spells in the game, to be quite honest. And on top of that, you'll play like Mahad and Mana and DMG and like 3DM and like, guys, the profiles I see, like, if you think this is bricky, do some self-reflection, please, because I see y'all lists and yep, they be wildin', bro. Yeah, there be a lot of wildin' lists out there. Anyway, not trying to be negative, just trying to say those bricks are there because they literally enable the most cracked stuff to function. Here's what you want to combo with your ref, or use it without it if you don't see it. This is basically another power spell, so there's 9 power spells in the deck, them being all your refs and your insights, along with the Nadir Servant. So typically, your Nadir Servant is going to help you set up your Schism play, and that's by using the extra deck, which I have misplaced right about now. The extra deck, sorry, to send your, oh, awesome, to send your Shaddoll, send your Shaddoll Alkaline, which will in turn search your Schism, so you can make window on your opponent's turn by banishing the Alkaline and a Dark in your grave, which will normally be your Magician Souls, or sometimes it's your Red Eyes if you've just used Ref. Because normally you don't use Magician Souls on the same turn that you will do all that cool stuff. But yeah, we'll probably get to the extra deck a little later, and it's definitely not because I just dropped it on the floor. No, it's not it. We haven't talked about the 2 Dogmatica cards we search. I wanted to play Maximus, but didn't quite get one in time. Honestly, was fine with Ecclesia and Fleur. I missed these cards, and they're actually really nice. And with Village, they kind of establish a really nice lock. And if you see Magician Souls, I had a crack combo where you could go into Link Karibo with this, and then summon your Ecclesia, search your Fleur for next turn, and then establish Village and the Schism package, and like your opponent just doesn't really get to play. So even if you don't get to Dragoon, that's a really nice engine to support your plays. But let's move on to the hand traps, which is the final component of the deck. I know a lot of people don't like hand traps. I don't know why. It's this weird casual kind of mentality. If you want to play stun cards or back row, like be my guest, I don't think you should do that though. I think this format, it was good to play the hand traps, and Nibiru was like a really good call this format. Unfortunately for me, this card was terrible. The only games where I had it, it sat in my hand or it got negated. The one time I Nibiru'd someone, the rest of my hand was dog, so I didn't get to do anything with it. And yeah, overall for me, this was really bad. But one of my other friends who went played at 3, and he said like all these Nibirus were clutch. So, go figure. It was a card that's really good in the Snake Eyes. So, what else could I do than play it at 3 and then still not really have a good time with it? Here's one of my big mistakes. I think going forward, this should have been a third copy of Vela, which I'll just put out here. So I played 2 Vela, 2 Ash, mainly for crossout targets. But man, after versing Snake Eyes, one, you don't really want to have Ash. But spoiler, we're playing crossouts, so we kind of have to play at least one Ash because Ref and Ash don't mix. So this helps you play around that. But yeah, moving forward, one Ash is probably fine, or in this format. Obviously, every deck list is format specific, which a lot of Dark Magician content creators don't know. So looking at your Julifers and your Jobies, who seem to make, oh, these are the best DM list. It's like, that. No, it's the format has changed. Anyway, those guys are like unaware that, when it's a hot day, you should probably wear summer clothes. When it's a cold day, you should probably wear winter clothes. I don't think they know that applies to your deck lists too, and you're meant to adapt to the format and the seasons, but you know what? Maybe one day they'll figure that out. But in the meantime, I figured out that I would have definitely gone to 3 Veiler and 1 Ash. So definitely a change to make if I play any more in this format, which, let's be real, I probably won't. And then we play the card that's basically just good version of Veiler. Can be worse, can be better. It really depends on the situation. But most of the time it's better, and it's really good for going second because it combos quite well with Ref. If you have Imperm and Ref, you can Imperm their threat that can negate Ref, and then you can just Ref. That's really nice. And of course, to go ahead and negate any Ash that tries to get in our way, we've got the crossout and the called by. I did get drolled one time today, and I didn't have the droll crossout target, so that felt a bit silly. So maybe even droll could be in here, but droll kind of fell out of the format. I know a lot of people playing it beforehand, but everyone started cutting it, so I didn't really want to play it. But look, it's definitely an option. But anyway, this lineup was really good. As I said, I really like this bottom row the most. I don't really like crossout, but called by is obviously sensational. And yeah, look, Ash was pretty good today, but it does give those fire decks just an extender for the Fire Charmer link, which is a bit of a feels bad. That is the 40 card main deck. It was solid today. As I said, I would probably just adjust the hand trap ratio a little bit. Anyway, Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, good card, good card. I'd also probably main Village, but we'll get to that after. We played Link once, Artemis, so that our Nadir package can pop up with Rod. Anima, so Souls could be a bit more threatening going second. Link Kariba, which was honestly the MVP of the Link ones today. MVP 100% in this build. Magician Souls and Nadir just makes like this crazy board that if you're not hand trapped on the way there, your opponent has a lot of problems to deal with. And if you can back that up with a Village, it's pretty sensational. One Link Spider to try get your Dark Magicians off the field, but I never saw Eternal Soul the whole tournament, so it never came up. But it normally does. Anyway, IP Masquerena, not going into SP because I'm not gonna buy one. Gonna be real with you. I'm not gonna buy one. It's like $100. No, I'll wait for the reprint. It's chill. I'll just play the budget option Unicorn. It's all good. Dark the Dark Charmer for our Celine package. Everyone was playing this and stole my Dragoon today with this or tactics. It was very annoying. But anyway, Celine and Access Code as our little package there. And then we have some of our Nadir targets. Natis, which was great when it was our second Nadir, or when we are going second with Nadir, or I've sided out the Schism because, yeah, I'm playing second kind of thing. Garura, great when, you don't really need the pop, but you don't want the Schism package, so you can just get a free draw. And then the Schism package, which is 1 Alkaline and 1 Winder. This extra deck was actually really solid. The only cards I didn't really use or try to go into today was Link Spider and Artemis. I think I made Artemis once actually, but I don't think I made Anima. I don't think I made Link Spider. But I didn't make IP. I did make Unicorn, but I didn't make IP. Oh no, I did. I lie. I only didn't make Link Spider and Relinquish Anima. Everything else in here saw some play today or was sent to the graveyard for these cards. But anyway, pretty solid extra deck. I don't know if I'd change too much. I was pretty happy with it. You could change some of the nadir targets, but if you're not playing Maximus, I actually think what I had there was just fine. And yeah, double Dragoon, it definitely came up. You definitely have to play two. I don't think you need three, but you definitely need two. Um, this is one of my pulls today, so that's cool. The Fire Princess lady that everyone's playing in their damn fire decks. But let's get into, we got some tokens, but first let's get into the side. So this is what won me so many games today. I basically won games today because of three cards, and I'm going to show you them. I don't think it'll be a surprise to anyone. There were just games where I would establish one of the three of these combined. So either just Dragoon and Village, a Dragoon, Winder, and Village, or like, Village and Winder, and sometimes Linkaribo as well. So yeah, you can tell how good this is. Now, you might be wondering why I didn't main deck if it was so good. Instead, I main deck Nibiru and cried. Well, I have a pretty good theory, and I think you'll understand where I'm coming from. Literal Snake Eyes plays Diabellstar as an engine. Oh, it's literally part of its archetype. She's a spellcaster. She summons herself for free, basically. So, I thought, why would I play a card that locks me out of spellcasters if they out or mine, and they have a spellcaster that can summon themselves? So you think this format you would not main this, and that's my exact logic. And yet all the games I won was pretty much because of these cards. So in a way, I wish I main decked them, but I'm sure if I main decked them, they would have been bricky because like they do nothing going second. But anyway, every time I sided this in, it was amazing. So I guess what I'm saying with Village is when you go first, you side it in, and wow, you have a good time. You have a really good time. I know Terraforming plays in a draw, but like who cares? The whole DM archetype plays in a draw, so shut the hell up. Anyway, Magic Formula, some one-offs, Duster, and Dark Magic Attack. Never sided in, never sided in. Sided in sometimes. Dark Magic Attack is worse Duster. It can come up in those grindier matchups, but there's no grindy matchups that are back row heavy anymore, I want to say. I just side in evenly instead, so I don't know. Card's kind of bad now. It was good against Mystic Mind, but that's gone now. Magic Formula for winning in time. Never came up today, but I still stand by it. It's a solid one of in the extra deck, or the side deck rather. But yeah, I don't know. Dark Magic Attack I play sometimes, and then I'm reminded why it's pretty bad. Obviously, Dust is unsearchable, and Dark Magic Attack is, but I mean, it needs a vanilla, so it's pretty bad. Anyway, there's the one-offs package, and we'll get on to the next one. Phantasme, which was pretty good today. Like, obviously, there's a lot of links coming out of the Snake Eyes deck. They're always going into links like that Fire Princess, etc., etc. So you think this would be a good call, but it's kind of mid. It's kind of whatever. But it also clashes with Nibiru a little bit. It's not that bad, but it clashes with Imperm, and it also clashes with this card. So a bit of anti-synergy. So if I sided this in, I would try to only have Nibiru and not Imperm or evenly, and vice versa. So that can be a bit jank, but obviously Imperm evenly is really good as a combo as well. So some games he just didn't come in because I was like, no, I'd rather have evenly and imperm. And then other games I'm like, okay, I don't care about evenly here. So I played some Phantasmes to try to find my Nibiru's. But yeah, I think that makes kind of sense. I would probably just not play this going forward. Or I'd only play two. I only have a side in one or two, which is a bit awkward, but it's never seemed like a three of in this format. But yeah, that's just me. Last card was a bit of a massive L. I should have kept the summon limits in. I was testing summon limit, and last second I changed it back to swords. Every time I've sided this in, I didn't see it, but this with ref can be very, very good. But once again, never saw it when it was sided in. I did just see evenly in Nibiru instead. But overall, I think the side was a bit lacking. Once again, Village, absolute MVP of the side, carried. Duster was okay. No, I never saw it, but I did side it in. Phantasma was like mid. Evenly's quite good, and swords, I didn't see it. So I would have probably changed this and probably changed, or change this so I can play this, but I have to side out the nibs. But that's okay, that still works. And then I probably would play Summon Limit or something else for going first. I don't know if Judgment's good enough, but I'd love to play Judgment with Dragoon because it's just kind of like, well, what's your opponent going to do when I flip Judgment after the Dragoon negate's gone? Good way to negate tactics too, but I guess that's why Village is so good. If you think about all the things Dragoon loses to outside of a Kaiju, it's like Droplet, Dark Ruler, Dark Tactics. So this really just turns off a lot of the things that kill your Dragoon. which is obviously sensational, and obviously a lot of decks just need spells to play. But anyway, that is the deck. I hope you enjoyed. I really do think the less Dark Magician cards you play, the better off you'll be, unfortunately. And I know that's going to come as a bit of sad news for a bunch of people, but unfortunately, that is just how it is. So anyway, this is LOZA, and this is my Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, Dark Magician, Dogmatica deck, I suppose. Anyway, have a good one. See ya.